Welcome to your happy hormone yoga practice today. So today we're really going to focus on the adrenals and the thyroid with some of our poses that we'll be doing today. Today's practice is short and sweet, only 10 minutes. So please join me on your mat. We're going to start an easy seated pose. So whatever that looks like for you today, you might need to have a blanket or a block under your hips to prop yourself up. Perhaps you want to cross at the ankles, or maybe just bring one ankle in front of the other shin. So we're just going to sit it up nice and tall, and we're just going to turn our palms down on top of our knees today, just to add a little bit more grounding in our practice. Let's go ahead and close the eyes, relax the shoulders down the back, and just start to breathe, maybe tapping into your Ujjayi breath as you breathe in through the nose and exhale fully through the nose. Beginning to bring a little sound to the breath. See if you can relax the shoulders. We're going to take 5 more breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling as one full cycle. And at any time in your practice today, if you feel you just want to come down and lie in Shavasana, go right ahead. One more full breath in and out. And then go ahead and just tuck your chin a little bit towards your chest. Begin to flutter the eyes open as you begin to focus on the floor, and then just lift your gaze softly. We're going to go ahead and bring the soles of our feet together in our butterfly pose. So again, if you need a little blanket underneath the hips, feel free to do that. Use your props as you need to. So I'm just going to go ahead and basically hold around the ankles today. And I'm just going to start to flutter those knees. Just softly up and down. Not too vigorously, but just giving some momentum, a little bit of movement there through the hips. Continuing to sit up nice and tall. Just letting those knees come up and fall down in a little flutter position or flutter movement. And continuing to breathe. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and hold it in that butterfly position. So if you need to move the ankles out a little further from you, or maybe pull them in a little tighter, it's up to you. We're going to inhale, lift the spine nice and tall, and then maybe hold it here as you exhale, or go ahead and hinge forward from the hips on your exhale, keeping a nice long spine, and holding here for 10 breaths. Full inhales and exhales. Making any adjustments you need to. Maybe even adding just a gentle resistance if those forearms can touch onto the inner thighs. A little gentle push down and out of the legs. Feeling the inner thighs and groin. Stimulating those adrenal glands. A few more breaths here. Full pull in and out as one cycle. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, we're going to come up to sit up nice and tall. Exhale, and go ahead, release the hands. Just use those hands to gently help those knees back together. You may feel that a lot in your inner thighs a lot there. Then we're going to make our way onto all fours on our mat. We're going to go ahead and bring those knees to line up underneath the hips. Relax the tops of the feet on the floor. And then making sure that your wrists are underneath the shoulders. Go ahead and spread those fingers wide. Really press down into the fingertips and the knuckles, almost feeling a little bit of a suction cup lift on the center of the palm. And taking it into our cat-cows. As we inhale, we're going to drop the belly, lift the tailbone, widen the collarbones forward as we gaze forward. And on the exhale, we're going to press into the hands, draw that navel up towards the spine, tucking the tailbone under, releasing the chin towards the chest into our cat pose. Again, flowing through this on the inhale, into your cat pose. Exhale into your your cat pose. Inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. Inhale and exhale. Continuing and flowing through this a few more times. Making sure that we try to lengthen the spine as much as possible on that cow pose as well. Feeling a nice length from the tailbone to the crown of the head. A few more here, inhaling and exhaling. And just completing your last cycle here of cow and cat. And then coming to a nice, easy tabletop position as we keep the abs drawn in. Go ahead and open the knees nice and wide. Bring those big toes to touch and sit it back into your child's pose. As you walk those hands forward and release the forehead to the mat. Make sure that those shoulder blades come back down onto the back. We don't want to have any tension around the neck. I'm just using this as a little transition. And then slowly coming back up onto your hands and knees. This time the knees are going to be about hip distance apart. And we're going to prop ourselves up onto our toes. And we're going to take it into rabbit's pose. A good one for stimulating the thyroid. So from here, we are going to go ahead and just grab onto the bottoms of the ankles. Okay, just onto the soles of the feet there. We're going to lean forward and we're just going to tuck our chin as we drop the crown of the head to the mat. Maybe you need a towel or a blanket here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and exhale as you lift the hips away from the heels. And you come and roll on to the top of the head, the crown of the head. Keep holding on to the bottoms of the heels here. And allowing your neck to be long, not crunching into the neck. And we're going to find our breath here. You can even slide your toes out a little bit more to get a little bit more accessibility to those bottoms of the feet. Full inhale and exhale. One cycle. Again, if this is uncomfortable on the neck, then please just take it into child's pose. Everybody is going to be different. Every posture is going to look different. Find your lane, find your journey, your practice. Couple of more breaths. And to come out of this, we're just gently going to roll the hips back towards the heels. Go ahead and release the hands onto the floor, and then maybe start to roll it up nice and slowly as you go ahead and release the tops of the feet down to the floor as well. Good. Let's take it down onto one hip and circle those legs around. We're going to make our way down onto our back for our final posture, Shavasana. As we begin to walk the legs out as wide as the mat, go ahead and tuck those shoulder blades back and down, turning the palms up towards the ceiling, making your Shavasana as big as you need it to be. Just go ahead, maybe take a couple of deep breaths in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And then you can begin to let any expectation on that breath, just let it go. Just begin to breathe normally. Just allowing yourself to be and feel fully supported here by your mat and the floor. And taking a little body scan from the crown of the head, moving down over the face, relaxing the muscles around the mouth and the eyes. Relaxing the neck, the shoulders, down over the arms, into the fingertips. Bringing our awareness back to the chest and the heart center, softening as we move down to the abdomen, over the hips as you allow them to soften. Bringing our awareness to the fronts of the thighs and over the knees. Down the shins and the tops of the feet. Right down to the toes as we soften and let go. Continuing to stay here for as long as you need to. Making this final posture a posture where you can completely tap in and feel the benefits of your practice today. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.